Hello friends, how are you? Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Washington quarter dollar coins as we uncover the history, hidden treasures, and collector interest surrounding three popular dates: the 1973 D, 1978, no mint mark, and 1979 D Washington quarters. These iconic U.S. coins have been part of everyday American life for decades, but a few exceptional examples have attracted the attention of collectors because of their condition, rare mint errors, and unique characteristics. Could an old quarter in your pocket be worth much more than its face value? While most circulated Washington quarters are worth only 25 cents, some coins with significant minting errors, outstanding preservation, or other unusual features have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's why experienced collectors carefully examine every detail before deciding a coin's true value. In this video, we'll explore the history of these Washington quarters, explain the D and no mint mark varieties, discuss different color shades, toning, and circulated conditions, and reveal what collectors and investors look for when searching for valuable coins. So before you spend that old quarter, make sure you watch until the very end. You might discover that a coin you've overlooked deserves a closer inspection. Now, let's get started with coin number 1, the 1973 D Washington quarter. Fast coin. Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today we're taking a close look at one of the most interesting modern American coins, the 1973 D Washington quarter. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 25-cent coin that has been passed from one person to another for decades. It may be scratched, faded, dirty, or even covered with dark toning. Most people would spend it without thinking twice. But collectors know that every old coin deserves a careful inspection because small details can make a big difference. The Washington quarter has a long and respected history in the United States. It was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the nation's first president. Because of its classic design and decades of circulation, the Washington quarter has become one of the most recognized coins in America. Millions of people have used these coins every day, yet only a small number become especially desirable to collectors. Our featured coin today is the 1973 D Washington quarter. The D mint mark tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint. During 1973, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of quarters for everyday commerce. Most entered circulation and still appear in pocket change today. For that reason, an average circulated 1973 D quarter is generally worth 25 cents. However, collectors don't judge a coin by its date alone. They carefully examine its condition, strike quality, originality, and whether it has any unusual minting errors. Many people believe every old coin is automatically worth a fortune, but that's not how coin collecting works. A coin's value depends on a combination of rarity, preservation, demand, and authenticity. A common coin can become valuable if it has a rare production error or survives in exceptional mint condition. That's why experienced collectors examine every detail under good lighting before making any decision. One interesting feature collectors notice is the coin's appearance. Some 1973 D quarters have bright original luster, while others develop beautiful natural tones after many years. You may find coins with golden, blue, purple, or gray shades created naturally over time. These colors, known as toning, can make a coin more attractive to some collectors. On the other hand, dirt, corrosion, or damage usually does not increase value. In fact, cleaning a coin can often reduce its collector appeal because original surfaces are highly prized. Although many people call this a silver quarter, the standard 1973 D Washington quarter was not struck in silver. It was produced with a copper core covered by copper-nickel layers. If you look at the edge of the coin, you can usually see the copper-colored center. This is one of the easiest ways to identify the standard composition. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, while the reverse displays the American eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches. This design symbolizes both the nation's strength and its desire for peace. It remained one of the most iconic designs in American coinage for many years and is admired by collectors around the world. So, if most 1973 D quarters are only worth face value, why are collectors still excited about them? The answer lies in the small details. A tiny minting mistake, an exceptionally sharp strike, or an uncirculated example that has remained untouched for decades can make a coin stand out. Those are the coins that collectors compete to own. In the next part, we'll uncover the rare errors, grading standards, and collector features that can make certain 1973 Washington quarters much more desirable than ordinary examples. Next up, second coin. Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating story of the 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary pocket coin that has been passed from one person to another for decades. It might be scratched, dirty, dark in color, or covered with natural toning from years of circulation. Most people would spend it without a second thought, but experienced collectors know that every old coin deserves a closer look because small details can sometimes make a big difference. The Washington quarter is one of the most recognizable coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, billions of these quarters have circulated throughout the United States, becoming an important part of everyday commerce. Over the years, some Washington quarters have become highly collectible because of their rarity, historical importance, outstanding condition, or unusual minting errors. Our featured coin today is the 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark. If you don't see a mint mark on the front of your coin beside George Washington's portrait, it means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place mint marks on quarters during that period. Many people mistakenly believe a missing mint mark automatically makes the coin rare, but that is not the case. For 1978 Philadelphia quarters, having no mint mark is completely normal. Another common misunderstanding is that every old Washington quarter is made of silver. In reality, the regular 1978 quarter was struck using a copper core with outer layers of copper and nickel, not silver. If you look carefully at the edge of the coin, you can usually see the copper-colored center between the outer layers. This is one of the easiest ways to identify the standard clad version. Collectors examine much more than the date on a coin. They study the quality of the strike, the original mint luster, the surfaces, and whether the coin has remained free from heavy wear. They also look for genuine minting errors, because those mistakes can make certain coins much more desirable than ordinary examples. You may also notice that some 1978 quarters have different colors. One coin may appear bright and shiny, while another has golden, blue, purple, or gray toning. These colors usually develop naturally over many years because of the environment in which the coin was stored. Attractive natural toning can increase collector interest, while harsh cleaning, scratches, or corrosion often reduce a coin's appeal. Today, most circulated 1978 no mint mark quarters are worth 25 cents. However, coins preserved in exceptional uncirculated condition are those with verified rare mint errors can command much higher prices from collectors. That is why experienced numismatists inspect every coin carefully before deciding its value. So before you spend your old 1978 Washington quarter, take a few moments to examine it closely. You may not have a rare treasure, but if your coin has an unusual feature, outstanding condition, or a genuine mint error, it could be worth much more than face value. In the next part of this video, we'll reveal the rare mint errors, grading standards, and collector features that can make certain 1978 no mint mark Washington quarters especially desirable. Next up, tired and finial coin. Welcome back, Change Your Life everyone. We've reached the final and most exciting coin in today's countdown, the 1979 Washington quarter. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter that has spent decades in circulation. It might have scratches, dark toning, worn edges, or a dull appearance from years of everyday use. Many people would never think twice before spending it. But collectors know that every old coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest details can make a surprising difference. The D mint mark on this coin tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint in 1979. During that year, millions of quarters were produced for circulation across the United States. Because so many were made, the vast majority of 1979 D quarters are common and are worth their face value of 25 cents when circulated. However, collectors don't judge a coin by its date alone. They carefully inspect its condition, strike quality, originality, and any unusual minting characteristics that could make it stand out. The Washington quarter has been one of America's most recognizable coins since its introduction in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse features Washington's portrait, while the reverse displays the famous eagle design used on quarters of this era. This timeless design has made the series one of the most collected in American numismatics. Although some people refer to every older Washington quarter as a silver quarter. The standard 1979 D quarter is not silver. It was struck in a copper-nickel clad composition with a copper core visible on the edge. Knowing the correct composition helps collectors identify ordinary circulation coins and avoid common misconceptions. One of the most interesting parts of collecting is searching for genuine mint errors. While they are uncommon, errors such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or other authenticated minting mistakes can make a 1979 D quarter much more desirable than a normal example. These coins attract attention because they are unusual, not simply because of their date. Condition also plays a major role in value. A heavily worn quarter is usually worth face value, but a coin with sharp details, original mint luster, and little or no wear may be worth considerably more to collectors. Attractive natural toning, such as golden, blue, or violet colors that develop over time, can also increase collector interest when it is genuine and undamaged. If you own a 1979 D Washington quarter, examine it carefully under good lighting. Check for unusual features, compare it with a normal coin, and avoid cleaning it, since cleaning can reduce its collector appeal. If you believe your coin has a genuine mint error or is in exceptional condition, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. That brings us to the end of today's countdown featuring the 1973 D, 1978 No Mint Mark, and 1979 D Washington quarters. Remember, most of these coins are worth their face value, but a small number with rare errors are outstanding. Preservation can be much more valuable. The key is knowledge, careful observation, and patience. Thank you for watching Change Your Life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin hunt. You never know, the next coin you find in your pocket could become the most interesting discovery in your collection. See you in the next video.